Hello everyone. Welcome for the next session, right? Crunch time, and crunch time is always the best time, right? This is the time to apply all things and get going. All right, so let's start without further ado. All of us know that we are just days away, right? Let's start. Right, this is our module for snaps and enmet online classes. You can check out the details, right? Let's get going. Here we go. Right, so idea is quick practice, right? Quick fire practice, because we know that this exam is like that, right? First problem, ratios. Okay, so let's see who can get this. 12 years ago, the ratio of the ages of A and B was 7:5. After 8 years, the ratio of the ages of A and B will be 6:5. What is the ratio of the present ages of A and B? Very interesting. Everything is in ratios. Right. But we can find these ages only from the ratios because there are two pieces of information, right? We have two unknowns, we have two pieces of information, two ratios are there. 12 years ago, 8 years after, right? So what we can say is that consider the age 12 years ago as, not 12 years ago, the present age, right? 7:5. Okay, so nothing is given about present age, right? 12 years ago, the ratio of the ages was 7:5. So we can say that that age was, let's say, 7k and 5k, right? So 7k and 5k was the ages 12 years ago. So what will be the age 8 years after? So we are going obviously through a span of 12 plus 8, right? Negative 12 to positive 8. So you're adding 20 years to their ages, right? So can I say 7k plus 20 and 5k plus 20? Remember, my variables which I have taken as 7k and 5k, they are the ages of A and B, not today, but 12 years ago. Don't forget that, right? Always be very clear about how you're defining your variables. So this ratio of A is to B 8 years after will be 6:5. That's the equation to relate over here, right? So therefore, just solve now, right? So the whole point is just take one variable and get it done, right? So that's what we did. We did not take two variables. Cross multiply, simplify. 7 5 is a 35k plus 20 into 5 is 6 into 5, 30k plus 6 into 20, 120. So I'm getting 5k to be equal to 20. I'm getting k to be equal to 4. Now I can come over here and say that 12 years ago, the ages were k is 5, 7 into 4, 5 into 4. So this was the ages t minus 12, where t is present, right? What about t today at 12 years? What do you get? You get 40, 28 plus 12, you get 32, 20 plus 12. 40 is to 32, 8 into 5, 8 into 4. Where is my answer? Option number 3, right? So quickly processing the information and getting it done very nicely with just one variable, right? Perfect. Next one. Right, continuing. We know that Snap is heavy on arithmetic, right? And that makes a lot of portion of the problems, right? Krishna has a certain sum of money. If he distributes it equally among a group of boys, each boy receives 80 rupees. If Krishna's total amount increases by 50% and the number of boys increases by 25%, how much will each boy receive now? Okay, let's see. So this amount we can quantify in terms of two things: number of boys and amount, which is this 80. So can I say the amount, let's say A with Krishna, is 80 into the number of boys, let's say n, right? Because everybody is getting 80 rupees. Now amount is also changing, number of boys are also changing. So the new amount is 1.5 because 50% more. So it's 1.5 into initial amount A. So 1.5 into 80 into n, which is 120 n. That is your new amount. And the new number of boys, but number of boys are also changing. They are increasing by 25%, so they are becoming 1.25 times of the original number. So 1.25 n, or you can say in fraction 5 by 4 n. Right, so you have now the amount, you have now the number of boys. So what will be the amount per boy? That is your answer. How much will each boy receive? Amount per boy is amount, which is 120 n upon the number of boys, which is 5 by 4 n. N will cancel. 120 upon 5 by 4 means 120 into 4 by 5. 5, 24, 24, 24. There is my answer, 96. Simple. Cakewalk, isn't it? Cakewalk. Right, so these are 30 to 45-second questions, right? I am doing it step by step to explain to you so that there is no confusion. But tell me yes or no, this is a 30 to 45-second question, right? Because all this you don't need to write. Remember, you're not submitting your solution to everyone. I'm just explaining, so I'm writing everything. But in this is how I will do. Okay, 80n done. Okay, this becomes into 1.5 times. Okay, this becomes 120n divided by the number of boys, which is 5 by 4n. So this is just a one line answer, right? That's the whole point, right? Right, perfect. So get into the mood of this exam, right? It's a different flavor. Run, sprint, not even run, sprint. Okay, so let's sprint together and let's get the next question going. Profit loss, milk, right? Favorite question, milk question with profit and loss, and moreover dishonest milkman. Okay, so we have done this question many times, but there is a different flavor to this question, right? I hope you get the pun. Okay, so a dishonest milkman dilutes milk with freely available water and then sells the diluted milk at 25% more than the price at which he purchased the milk. So he is doing cheating on both the sides. I mean, on one side he's cheating, and moreover he's then doing the markup as well. So he's gaining the he's getting the gain on both the accounts, right? If he makes an overall profit of 40%, find the volume of water added to every liter of pure milk. Classic profit and loss question. Whenever there is this question does not give us any monetary value of cost price, selling price, anything. Mostly that happens with profit and loss question. So you always start by taking the cost to be 100. That is typically what works out, right? So let me take a transaction of just 1 liter of milk that he has, and let's say that his cost price is 100 rupees per liter, right? So therefore his total cost is 100 rupees. Now let's say he adds x liters of water where x will be a fraction. So for example, if my answer is 1 200, then x will be 1 by 5, right? Let's see. So the total amount or the quantity or the volume of the mixture that he can sell is 1 plus x. And he's selling it at the rate of not 100 rupees per liter, remember, but he is selling it, remember, sells the diluted milk at 25% more than the price at which he purchased the milk. So 125 rupees, right? So since he's getting a 25, he's getting now an overall profit of 40%. It means his revenue or his selling price should be 1.4 times of the cost, which is 1.4 into 100, which is 140 rupees. So this 1.4 into 100, 140 should be equal to this volume into price. So can I say the price, which is 125, into the quantity which has sold, which is 1 plus x, needs to be equal to the revenue he gets, which is 140. Now this equation should give me the answer of x, right? So I'm getting 1 plus x to be 140 by 125, which is 28 into 5, 25 into 5. 28 by 25 is 1 plus 3 by 25. So 1 cancels, x is 3 by 25. I told you x will be in fraction. So in terms of ml, right, x in ml is 3 by 25, which is in liters into 1000 ml. Right, 25 into 40 is 1000. So this is 3 into 40. This is 120 ml. So that's my answer, second choice, right? I told you, right? Uh, so he's doing like mixing, right? I mean, he's doing a cheating over there by mixing water, as well as he's doing the markup, right? So he did the cheating by adding kind of 12% of the volume that he had of milk, right? Perfect. Okay, so I know a lot of people have joined the session by now. Let's see your enthusiasm. Let's see your answers going, right? Lots of questions we have to discuss, remember, and let's practice together, right? So let me know your answers on the chat box as we are practicing along. Next one, simple and compound interest. The difference between the compound interest and the simple interest earned in 2 years on a certain sum at the rate of 9% per annum is 486 rupees. Now, I'll do this question from the exam point of view, given that we have already done this chapter many times and we know all the formulas. The difference between CI and SI in 2 years is always a standard formula. It is PR square, where R is the rate of interest in fraction form. So if rate of interest is 20%, then small r I have written is 1 by 5. P is the principal. So this is the difference of SICA for 2 years. All of us should know this on our tips. It's a formula, standard formula. 9% is the rate of interest. So my R is 9 by 100. So PR square is 486, where R is 9 by 100. So from here, I should be able to get my P. So P is 486 over R square. So 486 over 9 by 100 the whole square. So 9, so we can say 100 by 9 whole square. So into 100 square, which is 10,000, divided by 9 square, which is 81, right? So this 81 is perfectly cancelling over here. I can see that 81 into 6 is 486. So this principal is coming to be what? 60,000 bucks. Right. So that is your principal. But that's not what the question is asking. But from here, we proceed further. If this sum, so we have now found this sum to be 60,000, is instead compounded annually at 10% per annum for 3 years, then what will be the amount? So simple calculation. Amount is principal into 1 plus r by 100 whole power t. Now this rate is 10%. P is this 60,000. T is this 3 years. So therefore 60,000 times, this is 1.1, 10%. So 1 plus 10 by 100, 1.1 power 3. 11 cube, all of us know is 1331. So this is 60,000 into 1.331. So I need to multiply 60,000 with 1.331. 6 into 1, 6 into 3, 8, 1, 9, 6 to 18, 19, 1 carry 9, 7, 9, 8, 6, and there will be a 0. So 7, 9, 8, 6, 0, done. I did it faster than anybody could. I did not get an answer. People, this is a race against time. You need to run, right? You need to run. I'm presenting those questions which are of the level which are going to come. Remember, and you need to brace yourself for this exam because right, this is a sprint. Okay, so I am looking out for your response. Only that would help me understand, are you prepared or not? Show me your enthusiasm. Give me your answers on the chat box. Next one. Okay, so I'm running. I don't know what about you. In a 100 meters race, A gives B a head start of 10 meters and yet beats him by 10 meters. What's the ratio of the speeds of A and B? Interesting. मतलब उसने आगे से शुरू किया पर फिर भी वो हार गया, तो दोनों तरफ से वो उसको एडवांटेज था, मतलब इधर से एडवांटेज मिला, बट स्टिल ही कुड नॉट win the race. So let's say this is your 100 meters race. This is your 10 meter mark where B was standing and A was standing here. And then at the end, not drawn to scale, remember. And at the end, A was here at the finish line, which is the 100 meter mark, the finish line. And B was still behind by a 10 meter margin. It means that in the same time, A was able to cover the entire race of 100 meters, but in that same time, B could only cover this much. So this much is what? 100 minus 10 minus 10, 80. Distance covered in same time is the ratio of speeds. 100 is to 80, 5 is to 4. There goes your answer. Again, 30-second question. Isn't it? Right. What is speed? Distance covered per unit time. So if time is same, Ratio of distance covered is the same as the ratio of speeds. He covers 100, he covers 80. There goes your ratio 5:4. Right. So, race problems, all of us should be very fluent with them. Right. Typically, ratio approach applies in TST. Right. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Next one. Geometry. Okay. So, very interesting question. Let's see. This is a circle that is talking of. This question is talking of A, B, C, D, E, F are points on a circle. So let's first of all draw the figure, right? Unless you have the sketch, you can't do anything. So let's first of all sketch a circle. Okay. So I'm trying my best over here. Let's see. Make more or less. So let's now mark the points A, B, C, D, F such that so that the lengths of arcs A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, F, and F, A are in the ratio this one. Look at the ratio numbers, add all of them so you can get the sense. 2 plus 3, 5, 5, 10, 14, 19, 20. So out of 20, AB is two parts, 2 by 10 or 1/10 of a circular. So 36 degree. So I'm just getting a sense of this. Where should the points be approximately so that my sketch is not bad. Right, this is 2 parts out of 10 parts, out of 20 parts. So 1/10, so 36 degree. Then this is 3 parts, BC. Right. So, okay. So let's make one thing. 20 parts of circle is 360 by 20, which is 18 degrees. So 18 3, this will be 54 degree. So this will be exactly here at 90 degrees because I've done 36 degree here. Let me also mark the angles. This is 36 degree. This is right 54 degrees. And let's keep on going like that. So then 5 parts. So 5 parts will be what? 90 degree, 18 into 5. So this will be my D, exactly diametrically opposite to A. And this is 5 parts. Right, this is 90 degrees. Then 4 parts for E. 18 4s are 72. Let's say around here, right? So this is 4 parts or 72 degree, and then again 5 parts. So yeah, something like there. This is finally F. This is 5 parts means 18 into 5, again 90 degree. Perfect. And this is last one part, which is 18 degrees. So that's how these points are there. Now look at what he's asking. He's asking for the measure of angle ADE. Okay. So this is AD and this is E. Right. So that angle ADE. Okay. So what about this arc AE? How much of circle that is? That is I mean, this is 108 degree. Right. So this will make 108 degree at the center of the circle. Somewhere there will be a center of the circle. I don't know where exact this there. Oh, obviously this is the diameter. Here will be the center of the circle. Let's call that O. So what will be this angle AOE? Obviously 108 degree. That's what we have figured out, right? Angle made at the center is twice of angle made on the circumference. So AOE is double of ADE. So there goes your answer. This is 108. So that is what? 54 degree. Simple basic concept of angle in circles, right? The angle made in a circle at the center is twice of the angle made on the circumference, right? So basics need to be clear, right? I know a lot of people are distasteful of geometry. I know that, right? But whatever you don't like, always go through its basics always, right? Don't leave anything. Don't have this tendency, okay, अच्छा मुझे ना ज्योमेट्री पसंद नहीं है, पसंद नहीं तो क्या हुआ, कड़वा घूंट पीना पड़ता है, right? I mean, I'm not saying to everyone, I'm just saying whatever topic you think you're not too much comfortable, always just give it that much effort कि अगर एक बहुत elementary basic question आ जाए तो वो मैं उसको handle कर लूँ, right? This is not a too much out of the roof question. This is a basic question, right? So with that spirit, let's see, right? Let's see more questions, right? And this is live session. Everybody on the session, please feel free to put any doubts, any concerns, right? Even anything you want to have a strategic discussion, we can have that discussion, right? Okay, let's see next one. Okay, so right, let's see. If 10 chairs are moved from room A to room B, the number of chairs in them are swapped. Which of the following changes ensures that both rooms have the same number of chairs? If 10 chairs are moved from room A to room B, the number of chairs in them are swapped, which means that whatever number of chairs were there in room B will now be in room A. So, if let's say small a and small b denote the respective number of chairs in the two rooms respectively, then after doing the swapping, after moving 10 chairs from room A to room B, room A will have A minus 10 chairs. And as per the concept of swapping, what is going to be happening? The number of chairs in room A now, which is A minus 10, should be equal to the number of chairs that were there in room B initially, right? So this A minus 10 should equal the number of chairs that were there in room B initially, which is B. So that is the meaning of this statement. A minus 10 is the same as B, or A is B plus 10. So therefore, what we understand is that room A has 10 chairs more than room B initially. So if you want to have equal number of chairs, what would you do? Obviously, pull pull 5 chairs from room A and put them in room B, right? There's a gap of 10 chairs. It has 10 chairs more. So that 10 chairs more need to be divided equally. So just put 5 from there to here. Then this room will have A plus. I mean, this has A, this has B, and A is B plus 10, right? So this is B plus 10. This is B. Now this will become B plus 5. This will also become B plus 5, right? So move 5 chairs from room A to room B. Simple, right? Very conceptual question. Just need to understand what that statement meant. That's all. Right? Right, people? Hello, everyone. Alive or not? Give me yes or no. Yes or no? Okay, let's see. Next one. Sequence and series. What is the 2468th term? What is the 2468th term in the sequence? 224444666666 dot dot dot. What is the sequence? 2 comes twice, 4 comes 4 times, 6 comes 6 times, 8 will come all 8 times, 10 will come 10 times, 12 will come 12 times, dot 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 dot. The number 2n appears 2n times. Right? 2 appears twice, 4 appears 4 times, 6 appears 6 times, and so on. We are supposed to find the 2468th term in the sequence. So think about this. How many terms are used, or what is the last time I would say that the number 2n was written? How many number of terms are used such that the last time the value 2n was used, the last time 2n number was used, right? So equals number of terms equal what? 2 terms went in writing 2, 4 terms went in writing 4, 6 terms went in writing 6, 8 terms will go on in writing 8, dot dot dot. The number 2n will be written 2n times, so up to 2n. So the last time the number 2n will be used is when the number of, I mean, the index of that term is 2 plus 4 plus 6 up to 2n, which is nothing but twice of the sum of the first n natural numbers, 2 into summation n, which is 2 into n plus 1 by 2. So that is nothing but n plus 1. 2 and 2 cancels. So that needs to be very close to 2468. So I'm looking for that largest n such that n into n plus 1 is less than or equal to 2468. N into n plus 1 needs to be very close to right, 2468. Right, Sarthak, we'll just chat, after we are done with the questions. Thank you. N into n plus 1 is 2468 near about, right? So therefore, so think about this. This is very close to a perfect square. This is like n square plus n. So this is very close to n square. So which perfect square is very close to 2468? Obviously, what comes to my mind is 50. 50 square is 2500. So for 50 into 51 would be more than 2500. So I think n equal to 49 works. So for n equal to 49, 49 into 50 is how much? 2450. So 2450. So 2450th term is the last time when I would have written 98. Remember, the number is 2n. N is 49. So can I say 2450th term is the last time that we have written the number 98. So now we are going to keep on writing what? 100. From the 2400 for the next 100 terms, from 2451st up to 2550th terms, all of these terms are going to be 100. Therefore that's my answer, because 2468 lies in this range. There goes my answer, right? Isn't it? So this is also a very unique question of sequence and series, right? How to handle this? This is how we do it, right? Okay, next one. Numbers. N is the smallest three-digit number such that when it is divided by 4, 5, and 6, leaves remainders of 2, 3, and 4 respectively. What is the remainder when N is divided by 7? So this is a very classic question of remainders. First of all, if you have done your theory on numbers, this is what we always discuss in remainders. So when the divisor is 4, the remainder is 2. This is the positive remainder, the actual remainder. If I say what is a negative equivalent remainder, that is -2. When the divisor is 5, the actual positive remainder is 3. The equivalent negative remainder is -2. Negative remainder means actual remainder minus divisor. So 2 minus 4 is -2, 3 minus 5 is -2. So likewise with 6 we get the positive actual remainder as 4. So 4 minus 6 -2. So this is that LCM model concept, right? That your number is going to be, let's say n is going to be a common multiple of the LCM of all the divisors, which is 4, 5, 6. Any multiple of the LCM of these divisors plus the common remainder, which is negative 2. LCM over here is what? 60. So this is a multiple of 60 minus 2, right? So we need to find the smallest three-digit number of this kind, which is obviously for m equal to 2. For m equal to 1, we'll get 58, but that is not a three-digit number. So the first one will be 16 to 2. 120 minus 2, 118. So 118 is basically the number that we are referring to. So that when divided by 7, we have to find the remainder. 118 is 7 into 1, then 48, 42, 6, 16 into 7, yes, 112. And yes, so 6 is my remainder. There goes my answer, right? So very standard question, right? I would say those who have done the number theory know this, like, very easy. Next one, set theory, right? So you can get a single question of Venn diagrams like this also, right, in your quant section in any exam, right? So let's see this one. Again, those who have done Venn diagrams, this is a very doable one. A survey conducted among a group of people revealed that 44% drink tea, 38% drink coffee, 43% drink milk. Also, 24% of the respondents consume exactly 2 beverages and 68% consume exactly 1 beverage. Everything so far in terms of percentage, nothing in terms of number. Finally, he gives a number. If 175 individuals do not consume any of these beverages, how many people consume at least 2 beverages? So, this question is about this thing of exactly 1, exactly 2, and all 3. So, there is a standard rule book for this also. In case anybody is not aware, let me quickly state this. If these are your 3 groups A, B, C in your standard Venn diagram of 3 groups A, B, C, then you have this result which always works: A plus B plus C. If you do A plus B plus C, you get equal to the number of people who belong to exactly one group plus twice of the number of people who belong to exactly 2 groups plus thrice of the number of people who belong to all the 3 groups, right? Which means that when I say exactly 1, it means the sum of these 3 regions: this region, this region, this region is your exactly 1. Exactly 2, these 3 regions taken together is representative of this number of people belong to exactly 2, and the single region, the centermost region, number of people belong to all the 3. So use this equation because that is how the information is given. You're given everything except for one thing, all 3. So you will get your all 3 from here. So A is 44, B is, so I'm working in percentages, right? Everything right now is in percentages. So 44% plus 38 plus 43, right? That is A plus B with plus C, which is 8, 4, 12, 3, 15, 1 and 8 and 125. So 125 equals exactly 1. So yes, I know 68% consume exactly 1. So 68 plus twice of exactly 2. So twice of 24, 48 plus thrice of all 3. Let's call that as X percent. So 3X. Right. So 8861, 12, 6 and 4, 116 plus 3X. 116, 125. So I'm getting 9 equals 3X. I'm getting X is 3. So X is 3%. So 3% people drink all the 3 beverages. So how many people consume at least 2 beverages? Now what we are given is, we are given finally a number which represents those who do not consume anything. So we can find how many people consume at least one drink, or the union of the 3 sets. How many people could consume at least one drink in percentage terms? Is the sum of the people who drink exactly 1, exactly 2 and all the 3 drinks? Exactly 1 drink by 68% people, exactly 2 drinks by 24% people, and exactly 3 means all the 3 drinks by 3% people. So this is 68 and what, 27. So this is what, 95%. So 95%. So the none, right? The people who bring nothing is your 5%. So therefore 5% of the whole population is equivalent to 175. So 1% is equivalent to 35 people. What is asked is how many people consume at least 2. So that would comprise of 2 people, those who drink exactly 2 and those who drink all the 3 drinks. So what is that? That is 24, those who drink exactly 2, and 3%, those who drink all the 3. So we have to find the value of 24 plus 3% or 27%. So 1% is 35. So 27% is what? 27 into 35. That's my answer. So 27 into 3 is 81, 810 plus 27 into 5, 135, 810 plus 135, 945. There goes your answer. There goes your answer. Right. So making you aware that you can get Venn diagram questions also as a solo question, right? Okay, so with that, I hope that we are all charged up, right? We are all ready, steady, get set, go, right? In that mood. Okay, so I wish you all the best and we'll keep on meeting like this, right? So thank you so much. Just to let you know that Career Launcher mobile app is here. It is available on both iOS and Android. You can make use of it as part of your learning curve, right? So thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Now Sarthak was asking, haven't started prep of Snap or anything. Can I crack it? Filled for all three. Right, Sarthak, have you prepared for CAT? I'm sure you have. Otherwise, you won't be here. So the point is, preparing for different exams does not need new theories. It just requires a different mindset, a different framework, a different understanding of how the. So, for example, let's say you are a cricket player, Sarthak. Okay, you're not prepared for CAT. So, what you're doing then? I don't understand. I don't get your question actually, Sarthak. I mean, if you're not prepared, is this your first attempt? Are you giving what after college, or just immediately after your college? Is this your very first attempt this time? Are you having any backup plans? Right. So Sarthak, I guess. Hmm, okay. Couldn't make it means I don't understand. You're saying it's your first attempt, but then you're saying couldn't make it means you have already given it. Took CAT coaching, but couldn't make it means what? Couldn't make it. You have not given the exam, not regular. Okay. So, see, the point is, if you're giving it for the first time and if you're not prepared, so what can you do? You can just give your best, right? And just hope for the best, right? I mean, go in with all your, prepare as much as you can with the time remaining. That's all that you can do, right? And you need to have, plan A, plan B, plan C in place. Or what if nothing works? You have to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst, as goes with any preparation, right? Hopefully I'll get through some college through CAT exam, because CAT always opens the largest number of avenues. Then I also have the other exams, right, which can also give me some openings. But CAT is always, the multi-bagger. It can always open the maximum number of doors for me, right? Any percentile, I'll have a certain spectrum of colleges with me, right? So therefore, you just need to give your best, hope for the best. At the same time, you need to prepare for what if nothing works out, right? What if this also does not work out, that also does not work out, then what, right? Gave 3 snap mocks. I got 25 marks of CL snap 2 mock. Okay. So in that case, Sarthak, I think the only thing I can say is pick up the most basic concepts, right? I mean, the only thing that you can do is go through the core concepts, right? The basic, cover basic of everything, right? You can't at this stage hope to prepare for all the complex questions of all the topics. That can't happen in 10 days, in 10 or 20 days, or whatever days, 1 month or whatever, based on whatever exam that we're looking at, right? For example, ZAT is more than 1 month away, right? CAT is just 2 weeks ahead. So the point is, इस समय आप सिर्फ यही कर सकते हो कि अपने बेसिक्स को स्ट्रांग करो, मींस हर टॉपिक को पकड़ के उसकी कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी लो, सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम्स गो थ्रू करो, फिर बेसिक प्रैक्टिस करो. यू राइट दिस स्टेज एडवांस प्रैक्टिस के लिए आपके पास टाइम नहीं है, और वो आपको हेल्प नहीं करेगा. You have to go from a score of 25 to 50 to 75. So that can't happen by going through advanced questions. That can only go through by going through basic questions, right? In all the topics. हाँ, I'm not restricting you also at the same time कि आप advanced ना करो, मैं ये भी नहीं कह रहा हूँ, but मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि Don't do advanced unless you have done basics of everything, right? So that is my main message over here. That is the only way you can have a good chance of getting somewhere in this year itself. If that is your only if that is the only thing that you want to happen, कि मुझे जो भी मिल जाएगा मैं वहां चला जाऊंगा, right? Taking a drop here is never easy, right? I took that, it was very difficult, right? Nothing to do, just studying gets difficult, right? So I hope everybody the best, first of all, Sarthak, right? So I hope that that makes sense what I'm trying to say, right? All right, so everyone, thank you so much and all the best, everyone. We'll meet quite soon, right? Thank you, take care.